Suppose there was no concern about relationships, all relationships. Suppose there was no concern about money or security. Suppose there was no concern about health of the body, state of the body. And suppose there was no concern even about freedom. Truly, there is no reason to be concerned actually about any of these. These are the four primary problems or concerns that we seem to pick up. Sources of suffering are our ideas or expectations about these. The funniest is the last one. The suffering seeker. Who knew that to escape worldly suffering, he came into this spirituality, and then who knew that fresh suffering, I'm not getting it. When is it going to happen for me? This kind of suffering, unworthiness, guilt, the idea that I'm missing the point or something like this. The point of satsang could not have been this. Oh, let's exchange worldly suffering for a new variety of suffering. Let's change it to from worldly arrogance or worldly specialness to spiritual arrogance or spiritual specialness. Definitely was not. The purpose, if there was a purpose, cannot be the purpose of satsang. It's just that for too long, we've looked this way, this way. We've hardly ever looked this way. It is not this way, but you know what I mean. We've looked at the objective realm, the world of objects, for too long. And then, when we are told, okay, look within, look at what you are, who am I? We go looking in that way also with the expectation of finding some object. I found the self, as if you'll find it as an object. What you're finding is your own self, which is prior to objects. Now, this is a huge paradigm shift for the mind. The mind cannot actually even fathom this. It is too much of a leap. Maybe Guruji says, you be the cow that jumped over the moon. Take this leap. What is the leap? Just from this very objective idea, the very idea that I am a thing, I am this body, I am what the mind is telling me I am, to seeing that I am not an object, I am not a thing at all. The self is not a thing. I am not a thing. Earlier I used to say often that more than a noun you are a verb. But actually even that is not true, isn't it? Not even that verb you are. It's a good shaker upper. Now all these concerns that we talked about, If you were not an object, which one would apply? Now, the relationships of the space in this room, what can we say about the relationship this space has? You need to invent the theme. You need to invent something that you are before you can have a relationship. Who has that money in the bank account which you say is yours? Whose is it? Where is that entity? Who is the owner of that? There is a name there. It seems to conform with the name that has been given to this body. But even if you were to, if this body was able to answer, are you concerned about the money in the bank account? I can't even touch it. Who is that one that owns this body, that owns that money, who owns that relationship, who owns the spiritual journey? Who has embarked on this endeavor? There is nobody. When you look, you will find that there is nobody. That which is looking is unconcerned by any of this. If you spoke to the looking and said, you will find freedom after 7 lifetimes if you're really good. Freedom? What freedom? Where is the bondage? This, you see, this is that divine delusion, Maya, that which is beyond, so beyond all of this, has been able to invent this concept of itself. And now it feels like it's stuck in this endless maze. How do I get my way out of this maze? I'm stuck. This is the story of the spiritual seeker. Going from teaching, master to master, confusion to confusion. And you find that what all true masters are saying is that the truth just is unchanging. How many can pick that up as a clue and say, what is it that is unchanging? What is it that is unchanging? Most of humanity cannot spend 2 minutes on this question. You notice the hypnosis of the mind is so strong that so caught up in the realm of change, in the realm of holding on to that which changes, that for 2 minutes we cannot contemplate this question, what remains unchanging? Can we take a minute on it? Don't have to throw anything away also. Let it be there. Don't fight with the changing realm. Let it be there. But beyond that, is there something? Is there something about you which is beyond change? You can go through like this, step by step. The body, what about the body? Let's have some feedback. Changing or unchanging? Changing. So what else is there? Body changing. Then what else is there in our experience? Aliveness. Aliveness changing or unchanging? We'll come to that in a minute. What else is there before we come to aliveness? Body and thoughts, minds, memory, sensation, feelings, emotion, all clearly changing. So, what is there beyond that? So then he said, aliveness, aliveness. And you stop being, and you not be. Is this what you mean by aliveness? What we call being? Now, this is a beautiful point to get to. As long as we are looking in this waking state, this being is the one constant. Is the deity, Guruji says, is the deity of the waking state, is the God of the waking state. But when everything goes in that which we call sleep, even this presence, even this being, even this sense of existence is not there. And yet you are empty of even aliveness, ultimately. Now, we can only rely on our experience for this. Cannot conceptualize it at all. So, and a good, beautiful way to check is what wakes up in the morning. What woke up today? Say, I woke up. Which I was that? The sense that I exist, the sense that I am, the same, the sense that I am alive. That which you came to in your sleep state was beyond life and death, unborn, undying. The presence or absence of even the waking state or the dream state does not touch that one. The concept of two does not exist there. The concept of one also does not exist there. There is not two. Advaita. This is because it is the simplest recognition. Even a child recognizes it. And the simpler it gets, the more complicated it is for the mind. Because everybody knows. I woke up just 5 minutes ago. What came? The sense that I exist. Now the sage is able to say, like Papaji was able to say, Guruji is able to say, that don't touch this also. If you don't even touch this sense of existence, what are you? The one that woke up, let the waking state take care of that one. You cannot have any trouble. The one that woke that one up, let that one take care of this one. Simple surrender, let the waking state take care of itself. Can you take any object from here? So if I decide, okay, I'm going to take the coconut into my dreamless sleep, can I do it? I say I want to take this hand into my dreamless sleep with me. Just the hand should be there. Can I do it? Can we take a thought there into my dreamless sleep? I want to just have that one thought, the holiest thought. Can I take it? You say, I still haven't fallen asleep. I'm still awake. So I say, can I take some emotion with me? Nothing. All is left behind. Of course, Papaji's example very beautiful. That you could be on your wedding night in the arms of your beloved, but when sleep comes, even that beloved is left behind. No object can take. But you sleep. It is not a third party experience. You not say to another one, you sleep for me today. And yet, this you is beyond all attributes and qualities because all qualities were left behind. Nothing is there, and yet you are. This you has gotten no attention, has gotten no focus from us, has been given no value. The waking state comes, it is display of light and sound and excitement and all kinds of things. So the substratum has lost its focus in a way. So this satsang, this self-recognition is just about this, looking further back, saying, who am I? Am I some object of the waking state? Or do I remain untouched, no matter which appearances might appear in this waking state? Who am I? One of our Sangha members, he's been there right from the beginning. The very first satsang, almost the very first satsang 4 years ago, he's been there. He says, anytime I ask Ananta something, I know what he's saying. Like, who are you? I say, uh, anything. What am I supposed to do? But who? Who is the you that is supposed to do? You feel like I Advaita police. And sometimes I have to. It's true. Because the source of all confusion at the root is the confusion about identity. It might seem like whatever else it is. It might seem like it is a question of desire or a question of doership. But at the root of that confusion is a confusion about who we are, who I am. Now, if you come to satsang, then you will not escape this question. If you're not in satsang, I don't go to work and ask everyone, who are you? But satsang means that I'm open to this question. At least this kind of satsang means that I'm open to this. I might not be very inclined to inquire, but I'm open to following the pointing as it is spoon-fed day after day. The end of all of this psychological suffering, all of these problems. In this recognition, this is to be found. But what can happen sometimes is that the mind can come in very quickly after the moment of recognition and try to co-opt the recognition personally. That is what is called the spiritual ego. Whatever form it might take, whatever color or flavor it might express itself in, that is what the idea that the person has come to a spiritual insight. But as you are coming to this,
Scratching very badly. I did.
slowly, slowly. So this recognition has no claimant to it. The claimant is the ego in its worst form. The claimant to it is the most difficult one to engage with because it is the most closed. If the if there is a quality about a spiritual seeker which is useful, it is openness. I'm open. I don't know. But the claimant of the recognition is the most closed. No, I've seen it all now. I'm done with this. You have nothing more that you can give me. This kind of thing. Yes, yes, yes. I'm awareness only. Why can't you understand that I'm aware? The voice of the spiritual ego, the claimant. This you can smell the wanting to proclaim, wanting to get some attention, wanting to get some specialness as a result of almost like a child who's done very well in his exams for the first time. Then they want to go all over the marketplace and see my report card. See. So then the master says, keep quiet, sit down. Because this claimant will give you much more trouble. And we've seen over the years in the Sangha also many have got stuck or had so much trouble because of this kind of. Cannot pick up a new position. I was saying after Satsang got over yesterday that I'm really enjoying these recent Satsangs, which are so much inviting you to drop all positions that you can take. So ego is what? Ego is position. The ultimate position, the sub-ultimate position, the worldly position, the personal position, the position as God, the position as person, all this, forget about it. Forget about it. It's not going to help. Then you see that satsang is not a classroom. Well, then it might feel like a classroom where there's one teacher who keeps talking, talking, talking. And what am I learning, learning, learning? And you see that actually this is the absolute unlearning. And so yesterday Shivani was saying that I don't know anything. So I said, in the I don't know anything, how can you be troubled? How can that be a bother? Then there must be an idea that I don't know anything, but I must know something. That is not there. then what can bother us? The true I don't know is just is beautiful. And phone not so I don't know is very good. Which classroom will tell you this? Now, who does this I don't know belong to? If that I don't know belongs to somebody with name and form, then it can be a painful I don't know. That I don't know is just part of the natural functioning of this play. There's no claimant even of the I don't know. Then you're not troubled, even if the worst type of feelings are coming, even if the worst type of thoughts are coming. What you are remains untouched by the flow of any object. The object could be a feeling, it could be a thought, it could be some state of the body, it could be anything happening in the world. So ultimately, it all must boil down to who you are. And all the clues are available, all the pointing is available. All that is needed is a little bit of openness. If the clue says, find that which is unchanging, if you use your mind and say, oh yeah, I know, the self is unchanging, that doesn't help. That is where knowledge gets in the way. If you know too much, then when the pointer is being given, then you're already preempting it with some learned concept or based on some past insight. Then that doesn't help. The clue is that find out that which is the non-phenomenal witness of everything that is phenomenal. Then you apply your knowledge about phenomena and witness. That doesn't help. You just have to look.